Thank you for watching today. This is Kinnear. Welcome back to another Starfield New Game Plus video. If you're following the series, in the last video we revisited the no space combat ship takeover strategy, demonstrating how fast and efficient that can be. This is still an easy way for a new Starborn player to grab a Class C ship quickly in New Game Plus. In this video, I'm starting the SysDef Crimson Fleet quests. My primary goal is to get access to the vendors on the key and find a new crew member, Jessamine Griffin. If you're also hunting snow globes or skill magazines, this will open up a few more of those as well. So let's get started. You might have this quest because you completed the UC Vanguard quests to get access to UC Vanguard weapons, like I did. You may also have this quest if you were picked up for stealing something and turned over. In either case, the first step is to go to the SysDef ship called the Vigilance. Nice big ship, we'll see a lot of it in the future. Hello, generic SysDef guard.
Welcome aboard the UC Vigilance.
Doesn't sound like he's very excited.
Did you have any questions before I escort you to the commander? All right, this way, please. So, you're the Vanguard that took down that Terramorph on Town City.
That guy over here, Alex Vong, is a very interesting character. And as we go through this quest line, we're going to learn a lot more about him. Tragic story, but very, very interesting.
I almost regret missing out on all the fun. Of course, we don't normally see that kind of action on the Vigilance, but we have our moments. All right, Vanguard, take the lift up to Ops. Commander Akande should be waiting for you. Good luck.
So let's find the commander. Commander Kibwe Akande. Kibwe Akande.
Ah, there you are. Commander Kibwe Akande, UC SysDef. Glad to have you aboard.
I wonder if he stands in the middle of the bridge like that all the time. Like, it almost seems theatrical. There's quite a bit of dialogue here. We'll go through it quickly.
Well then, let's just see what we can do about that, eh? This is the operations center of the UC Vigilance. SysDef's nerves.
I don't believe there's anything that you can say here that will change the outcome. If you found a choice that changes the outcome dramatically, please comment on that. As long as you're trying to progress, you'll probably arrive at the same place at the end.
Getting inside is going to take some finesse. Good.
I don't know what that persuasion check did. I think that was just a skill-based dialogue option.
Find a possible opening into the Crimson Fleet through Saoirse Bowden, one of their contacts. She works for the trade
Yes,
authority
yes.
in Sidonia.
You're going to load me up with stolen drugs and send me on a mission. That sounds fantastic.
You'd better hope so. Saoirse won't be easy to dupe.
Oh, I
Once
think
you
she's going
plug
to be
your
pretty
way
easy
into
to
the Crimson
dupe.
Fleet, then the operation proceeds to evidence gathering. That's where my second-in-command, Lieutenant Gillian Toft, comes into the picture. She'll
Lieutenant
explain
Gillian
everything you
Toft.
need to know.
I do really like this guy's accent. Although I do have questions about how everybody retained all these accents this far into the future. Were there little enclaves of people who spoke languages from the homeworld? Don't know. Or it's just what they did to make the game more appealing to people in 2023, which seems like a reasonable strategy on the part of Bethesda.
I wouldn't expect any less. Look, before you begin, I want to make something perfectly clear. As an undercover operative for UC SysDef, you'll be expected to follow our code.
Commander Akande is worried about our eternal
Allow
soul.
yourself to stray too far off
How
the
kind
path,
of him.
and you stand a good
SysDef
chance
is
of
extremely
spiraling out of
talkative.
control. That's what I wanted to hear. Anyway, it's time to hand you over to Lieutenant Toft to brief you about the details of the evidence gathering portion of the operation. Now, get out of here, and good luck.
Okay, now we can go talk to Lieutenant Toft.
All right. We don't have a lot of time, so I need you to listen up.
Oh, she's in a hurry.
While you're working undercover, it's imperative that you gather as much evidence as possible. If you find any records that look suspicious or incriminating, you bring it to me. Is that understood?
She also evidently thinks we're stupid.
Rationalize it however you like, but that evidence is critical to the success of Commander Akande's operation. I want data slates, computer downloads, handwritten notes. Hell, I'll take anything if it'll get those bastards thrown into the brig.
Can I falsify evidence?
The settled systems?
Oh wait, that wasn't an
You're right.
option.
That minor skirmish you had with them,
Jillian,
Terra,
I mean, if you really
was
want to put
nothing
him away.
compared to the death and destruction those pirates leave behind. If you've seen what I've seen, you'd understand why I'm pushing you so hard.
Perhaps we can pick them up for some kind of petty crime and convince them to work for us.
What? No, it's personal. It has nothing to do with you. Just
She doesn't want to tell me her secrets yet. She will tell me
That's
all
all
about
right.
her background at some point.
Oh, before you go, there's one more thing. Commander Akande has authorized a credit disbursement for each piece of evidence that you return. As
Ah,
compensation
you know
for
me
your
too
efforts.
well.
It's not generous, it's motivational. Commander Akande's idea. All right, we've loaded a container of Aurora into your ship's cargo hold. We're also providing you with a sample you can use to tease the goods. We've cleared your ship for launch. Proceed to Sidonia. Make contact with Saoirse Bowden. And with any luck, she'll point you to the Crimson Fleet. That should do it. You're dismissed.
Are you sure you don't want to tell me? Come on, you want to tell me?
Not really.
I'm sure.
No. I've learned to keep my personal experiences separate from the job. That's a fine point, but
It is funny that she thinks that whatever dialogue that has occurred to this point has demonstrated that I am not a psycho. That's probably a mistake in judgment on their part. They don't really know anything about me at this point. I'd like to talk to their intelligence officer, somebody who's responsible for vetting new agents.
Okay,
They must be truly desperate.
I'll be here if you have any more questions.
Hey,
I do like to check out Akande's office.
yes, sir. Needed to clear some bad juju.
I pick up anything they let me. There's a Combatech catalog up here.
Well, you need to clear that for the proper channel.
You'll have to look up what the perk is on that. I think I have picked up all of those at some point in time. So I have all the perks. As you go through New Game Plus, as you keep picking these up, I believe eventually you'll pick up all the perks. And you can just pick up the magazines in the future and you won't get a bonus. We'll look at his documents real quickly. You can pause it if you want to read them. Or go find them yourself in the game. Don't think there's anything interesting in the conference room, but I check. They didn't leave any sweet rolls? So we need to talk to the intelligence officer and whoever runs the commissary because this ship has problems. On to the mission. And we've been to Sidonia many times. We can fast travel. I did stop and launder a lot of items, but I'm not going to include those in the video. Alright, let's talk to Saoirse. I think I'm saying that right, Saoirse? They said it earlier, I forgot.
If you're here to buy or sell, you might want to talk to Octai. And by
Yes,
sensitive,
I would like to
I'm
sell
guessing
things that
I can
I'm not supposed to
probably
have.
help you with that. Aurora.
Very much,
huh?
too hot to handle.
Nice. Oh yeah. Well, I got some bad news. This location doesn't buy shit like that when
Hey,
you're
salty language.
sitting a stone's throw from the front door. Of course, if there's a finder's fee,
Just give her the
you
money.
know, it's funny. Suddenly, I do remember someone who... There's a buddy of mine who runs with the Crimson Fleet. Go... If he isn't passed out, you can find him killing the rest of... Oh, and,
Unless you're here to serve me
It is
another
Adler
drink,
Kemp.
You can turn around and walk away.
I didn't check, but maybe he's the same voice as Dietrich Sieghardt in Neon. Our two German friends. Sehr gut. Ich spreche nur ein bisschen Deutsch. Ich habe so viel vergessen.
If you've got a whole shipment of this stuff, you're going to need to move it fast. But you're going to have to do something.
Adler
fast.
Kemp reminds me of the guy in Red Dead Redemption 2. Again, I thought he was German. But he was a German finance or accounting guy who basically runs financial scams on people. Loan sharking, right? Why is that in games so frequently? Maybe I'm imagining it. I don't remember the name of the character in Red Dead Redemption 2, but I do remember him being German and he was the guy who was running the
I need
books.
you to deal with a miner who's racked up a bunch of debt. He probably spent it all on booze, not that I blame him. Either way, I want that money back. Perfect. His name's Carl Fielding. I think you'll find him
Anyway,
wandering around the Deimos mine.
we're just the muscle in this picture. We're gonna go shake down this poor yokel in the bottom of Sidonia, who has evidently made a deal with the wrong people.
Stay safe.
Hello, Carl. How are you today?
I can help you with? Adler Kemp.
Carl says he doesn't owe any money. We apply various psychological techniques to convince Carl that it is in his best interests
Look, I'm tired.
to give us the money that he owes Adler Kemp.
Shut the dust and relax. This has been
And we very deliberately do not kill Carl in the process because we are operating as part of SysDef and they frown upon this.
Adler, was it? Oh, wait.
I have gone down that path before and used violence and they will end the mission or kick you out, and I'd prefer to keep this thing going because it's more entertaining as we go, I
guess I
think.
could ask for a 7-day shift. I don't know. Please, tell Adler I'm sorry for trying to wiggle out of the debt.
So we'll wrap up with Carl and head back up to Adler.
I was just thinking about you.
A sober Sidonia is a safe Sidonia.
I'm just going to take a shortcut and fast travel back to Sidonia and come back in through the front door of the building.
Have something for me? There, would you look at that? He going to be a problem anymore? Nice, nice. You're kind of a natural at this. Leaning on deadbeats comes easy to you. I like that. You know, if you like this kind of work, I can get you more. A lot more. You think you can handle running with my, That's what I'm talking about. I like your style. All right. I'll call ahead and get a hold of Neva Mora. She's second to the big boss himself. Head out to Europa. You'll find her there. I suggest you listen to whatever she has to say. Oh, and I've taken care of that Aurora shipment for you too.
Did you need something?
That's a nice payout. 16,000 credits. We will continue to use the newly patched set course feature.
Wow. Look who finally had a good soul. Big shot. I hear Adler thinks you're good enough to join our crew.
That message traveled very quickly.
You're funny.
Always joke with Neva. She likes it.
Remember that. So, before I put you to work, let's get I don't know if Adler mentioned it, and for his sake, I hope he hasn't. But you aren't about to sign up with any average pirate crew. You're signing up with the Crimson. There's a medical supply ship called the Ragana. Jumping into Enceladus. On board that ship, you'll find a trader named Austin Rake. It's done. Head back here when you're finished.
Before I go, did you do your due diligence on this hit?
He's making it tough. Not gonna. you know what? It's worth every damn cred. Rake used to run with the fleet. Back then he had a different name and a different identity. Everything was fine until he wanted out. So he ran.
So, now we've been warned. If we join the fleet and we would like to leave, they will kill us. Sysdef is worried that we might be psychos, and the fleet is just ready to kill us if we want to leave, which is fine. There are multiple ways to walk through this next quest. I'm going to take the simplest path that causes the fewest problems at this early stage of the Sysdef quests.
All right. And what are your
I seem to recall you can threaten them as Crimson Fleet and it works fine. You can also tell them you're UC Sysdef.
Well, normally I would say no, but frankly it will be safer for us that way. Alright, you can dock. We will talk then.
I think killing Austin Rake gets you your first strike with Sysdef. Maybe they kick you out right away, I don't remember. I did have the crew here kill him one time. They didn't like that either. Gibway is very uptight about you causing other people's deaths. He's completely cool with him causing other people's deaths. But if we do it, it's a problem. For you see, he is licensed to kill.
I am not sure what to make of you being here.
Dimitri is a thinking man. He has figured this out.
From your ship. If you wanted our cargo, we could have jettisoned it. I guess I should just stop talking and let you say your piece. That is true. Which means you don't want somebody to know what you are really up to. Now, do you mind telling us what this is all about?
We will continue to play the Sysdef angle.
You really do not know which one of us is Rake, do you?
No, and oddly enough, Neva didn't send me a photo.
Makes me think you really want to see
Audio messages are fine.
Okay.
Adler Kemp could send her a message
We can strike his name
safely
from
from Sidonia up to
Make
her
it so he
ship,
was
but she
never
did not send me a
on board.
picture of Austin
Then,
Rake.
When we dock, we will leave him on this ship. and
Perhaps the
deliver
Crimson
him
Fleet
to
has a
another
strong
ship.
privacy policy.
That is fair. We do not want any part of the fleet. Is that all right with you, Austin?
Do I have a choice?
It
No,
does
sir, you do not
appear
have a
you do.
choice.
Well then, it is agreed.
Well, yes, sir, you do
go
have a
back to your
choice.
ship and
Some of
we
them
will
are
make sure
very, very
Rake
bad for
was
you.
Never on ours. And in case any of your handlers get suspicious, here. We had
Yeah, I
an
really don't
extra
know
crate
why
of
this
supplies
crate of
loaded,
supplies
in case one
is
goes
in the
bad.
game. I'd
This
I'd
should
never
prove
found a
you are
purpose
not
for it,
here to
and
bargain.
eventually sold it, I think. I suspect this is one of those things that had meaning in the quest in the past, and Bethesda took it out because they thought it was silly or wasn't fun. I think it was a fun killer. I think that's their phrase. That was Todd Howard's phrase. It was a fun killer. They've taken a lot of things out of the game because they were fun
We
killers.
talk about family, but it's just a bunch of crap.
Okay, so we've dealt with Austin Rake, or we believe we've dealt with Austin Rake. They're going to drop him off and turn him over to Sysdef. If I were Austin Rake, I would find a way to escape, but that's not part of the game. Let's go find Neva. It's a battle. Let's take care of this. Whoever's shooting me so far is doing good. I'm gonna shoot you. 1, 2. That's our third, I think. Loot a couple items in space. Neva can wait. I'm surprised she doesn't come over the comms and say something. Hey, Rook. Perhaps I am merely demonstrating appropriate behavior for a pirate. She's just carefully assessing my looting strategy. Thinking to herself, you're going to make a fine pirate someday, Rook. Just parts. Parts, parts, parts.
Thanks for the help with Ecliptic. I had it under control, but it definitely went faster after you jumped into the fight. Now tell me about the Ragana. Give me some good news, then we can go celebrate.
I think it's odd that she takes my word for it.
That'll make Delgado happy, seeing as our hands are clean.
It doesn't make sense to me that she would take my word for it. I'm literally a criminal she sent to kill someone. And she has no confirmation that it actually happened.
Wanted into the Crimson Fleet? Well, you're in. Yep, it's that simple. Hope this business with Rakes taught you something. Because I'm about to stick my neck out and vouch for you. If you screw up, and I wind up looking like an asshole,
I guess that's her insurance policy. She'll kill me if it turns out he's not dead. Oh good, a starborn option.
Where did Adler find you? The Sanctum? Word of advice, save the cryptic shit for someone who cares.
Save the cryptic shit for someone who cares.
It's time to see what you signed up for. I'm gonna upload the coordinates for our headquarters in the...
I'm pretty sure the Crick system is very well known. The key is very well known. The coordinates for it are probably well known. So perhaps she is sending us a security or a clearance or a beacon code so that when we arrive, we can notify them that we are part of the Crimson Fleet. That would make sense. But first, let's check in with Sistef.
Commander Ikande wants to see you. Follow me.
Mr. Alex is gone. Wonder what he's up to.
I hope I'll be able to see him next time we're on shore leave.
Yeah, he's happy that we didn't blow up that ship, which is great.
The Vigilance is our flagship. Where it goes...
We got the message from the Ragana about Austin Rick. We had him dropped off at a separate port, off the books. Suffice to say, he's got a lot to answer for. That's something we're looking into, but it doesn't seem like he knows much. For now, we'll keep him in the brig. Perhaps... That's a smart line to follow. Just remember not to lose... Oh, one more thing before we move on. For transparency's sake, you should know we were the ones that hired Ecliptic to attack Neva's ship.
It was a very quick arrangement with the Ecliptic. Like literally within moments. So they knew what happened on the Ragana immediately, arranged with the Ecliptic to attack her, and the Ecliptic agreed. I bet they did. They would have to pay them quite a bit.
If they are paid enough money.
And it's also worth noting they didn't have a problem with me or the Ecliptic getting killed if that was the strategy. They assumed that Neva and I would kill the Ecliptic. Interesting.
Then it worked. You're in. Sounds like everything is going as expected. Now it's time for the next phase of the
Our intel on Saoirse was correct. After we received reports on your interaction with Adler Kemp, we picked up on your rendezvous with Neva Mora.
Our files indicate she's second in command, so getting on a good side will ensure you get into the Crimson Fleet. The woman has a record that could stretch across Sol and back. She's a force to be reckoned. Yes, you passed, but before we get too confident, that either means she suspects nothing, or
she suspects nothing, or she intends to kill us
and their
later.
ruthlessness is only surpassed by their cunning. You should proceed with caution.
So what's next for you on Neva's agenda?
I like that I could lie to him here. I don't know what the benefit is.
Delgado is the leader of the Crimson Fleet. You'll want to know the individual cadences of every member of the fleet.
In any case,
If you have done the Crimson Fleet line before, I know this will be surprising. If you have not done it before, this is a great time to read about these
But we'll
folks.
need to this will also give us time to bolster our defenses.
Sir, on that note, shall we begin implementing the upgrade to our shields?
Immediately, Lieutenant. Notify the engineer. I hope your entry into the fleet has overcome any doubts you may have had regarding your mission. Keep up the good work.
That's it. I'm going to wrap this one up. In the next video, we will go ahead into Rook Meets King and get access to the key. Thank you for watching all the way to the end. I really appreciate it. Remember that perfection is not attainable, but if we chase perfection, we can catch excellence. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe, and get notifications. This is Kinnear, and I'm out of here.